saw I saw some like a reel or a meme or something that was like the internet isn't real life, you know. And some of it is, and it is and it's not,
Yeah,
right? Like
yeah,
you can't
totally
live.
agree.
Yeah, it's like it's what's happening, you know,
Yeah,
in there, you know, but it's
exactly.
not what's happening here in real life, you know, like right now.
No, exactly. I think, yeah, it's definitely the importance of that balance of like, I love it to connect with women, with like-minded women and entrepreneurs and all of that. But yeah, real life is definitely very different from what is on the internet. And I mean, I had a call this morning with a friend slash, I don't know, colleague. Like we met through the internet as well. We've never physically met, but we became friends, and we were talking about exactly that kind of screen fatigue, but also this need of really connecting with people because you don't necessarily have them in your inner circle. And I don't know how it's for you, but I feel like as a mom, I run around so
Yeah.
much, like, you know, the school pickup, the school drop off, the afternoon activities, and I see friends, but it's always kind of like, we have to catch up on a coffee, we need to make a date, see you soon. And then we're running off and we're not even having the chance to have a proper conversation. Whereas like when you have this Zoom meeting, like this morning, I had this 45 minutes scheduled meeting and we had a conversation. And I'm like, this is so nice. So it's like, it's this balance. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I think that is important to have like real meaningful conversations with
Yeah.
people because that is connection. We need it 100%. Connection is needed without a doubt, or else we die. You know?
Yeah.
And so I feel like yeah, taking the time, putting it in your calendar is
Yeah.
so important, and making that effort, you know, to seek out those relationships and build those relationships because without conversation there's no connection. I read that somewhere. It was like how you build relationships is through conversation and talking and sharing information, you know, and
Yeah,
communicating, connecting.
absolutely. Exactly. And this is why the internet is nice. And then sometimes it gets overwhelming with everything else that's going on. So
Right. I
switch it
mean,
off.
because like you and I probably would never meet in person.
No, no, exactly, exactly. And this is the nice thing. And yeah, no, I'm really excited to see you again. Like I said, we connected such a long time ago, and you've been doing so many things. And I'm always, I mean, back then when we worked together, I always loved your like energy and your, you know, like you were just such a enthusiastic person. So I always love that. And then obviously your daughter came in a few times. And how is she? And how the boy, if I remember correctly, yeah, the little one was a boy, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah. How are they?
Nevaeh is 7 and Jace is 5.
Yeah.
And they're both doing great. You know, I mean, I worry about them, obviously, but I'm concerned about my main is like just, you know, their health and well-being because of COVID and how
Yeah.
they're getting how they're affected by it, like emotionally and mentally. Maybe it's not showing up right now. Is it going to show up later on?
Yeah.
But besides that, they they're, you know, they're so they adjust very easily, it
Yeah.
seems as though, and they're doing well in school and, you know, seem happy.
Yeah.
so
Oh,
so
that's
yeah,
good.
they're doing
That's
pretty good. I
good.
mean, excelling in certain areas, and you know, so it's fun to see them grow.
Yeah, yeah. No, it's
So
so
crazy.
true. Yeah. Yeah. So my big one is now 7.
You
He's
have a
turning 7 this week.
yeah.
So birthday is coming up, all excited. And the little one is 2.5 already. So it's yeah, definitely a lot of things have been happening as well. And today was the first day back in school for my big one for a long time. Like we had 3 school closures because of COVID. So the last one started in November last year. So yeah, now was the first day, and he, you know, like usually in the morning it's a dread. Like he would just hang out and be on the sofa and like pull him down for breakfast, and he doesn't want to eat anything. And okay, brush your teeth, get dressed. It's like for the last few weeks was just like forever going on. This morning, you know, like on the spot, he went down for breakfast, put his cereal, ate super fast, went upstairs, brushed his teeth, came down with the uniform on, was like, so Dad, are we ready to go? And I was just like, what? It's like, we
right.
have half an hour left, you know, like, what are you doing? It was just, yeah, it's so
Change is
exciting.
good.
Yeah. I'm glad, like I have a friend as well who
Yeah.
said that her son in the same class it was a big struggle today. Like emotionally, he was just really overwhelmed going back to school. So I'm glad that mine is really
Yeah.
easygoing, and he loves people
Yeah.
and he wants to be out, and the house is too boring and all of that stuff.
Good.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
good.
Makes life easier for me. The other one is the opposite, so I get all of that there. So he is more like, I don't want to leave the house. I want to stay at home. A lot of crying in the morning, so I'm getting it with him.
Isn't that funny how it's like their personalities are opposite.
Yeah,
You kind of
I
think
never
maybe
believed
they'll be
that,
the
but it's true.
yeah. My kids are that way too. Like one is very outgoing and
Yeah,
just not afraid of people or talking or anything, and the other one is like afraid to like
yeah,
to talk and to meet new people and to go out and about. Although school has been good so far for us, like they
yeah.
haven't really given us too much trouble about
Good.
getting up and getting ready for school. But it's, I mean, not to say that we don't have to like we have struggles in the morning because
Yeah.
like trying to rush them along or keep track of time and like, okay, now it's time to do this, now it's time to do that.
Yeah, no,
That
you
could be
always
hard.
have to keep on. But the last few weeks, I kind of gave up on the routine, because what's the point? Like, yeah, he needs to get dressed at some point of the day. Let me just like let him do his thing. It's the last week, kind of,
Yeah.
But yeah, it was good to see that this morning. I didn't have to like remind him, and to see his enthusiasm, about school. I think probably a few years down the line, it's the total opposite. We're like kick him out of the house to go to school.
Yeah.
So I'm enjoying that. But let's see. Yeah, no. So
Yeah.
it was also so good for me. I mean, honestly, the quiet space in the house was just incredible today. And I'm sure with all the work going on, and when you constantly have someone around, it feels like nothing ever gets done properly, because I'm
Yeah.
always taken out of the focus. And today was just like so focused. I mean, I even now feel my brain is pretty like grilled, because I was so like focused on everything. It was good.
Yeah.
It was good, I have to say. But I was
Uh,
glad to have them back as well. I was just like, okay, 2 o'clock, I'm gonna go and pick them up. I was like, yeah, I'm with them obviously.
yeah, that is so nice. I had my little guy here at home too, and I was working from home, and I kind of felt bad too because he would be here, playing games like near me and building and stuff, but he would need stuff. So, mom, I need water or whatever. So I'd get up and go get it, or mom, I need help. Or so it's like you're constantly like getting interrupted,
Yes.
and then I can't give him my attention 100%. And then I feel bad because, he wants to hang out, and I'm like, but I've got to work. I'm on my computer. So it was a hard balance. It was a struggle.
Yeah,
And then he finally went back. We put him in. So he's in K4, which is pre-kindergarten, and they have like half days. He only goes for 4 hours.
yeah.
But I decided to put him in so there's a morning kindergarten class in the afternoon. He's in the afternoon, and I decided to put him in like a program before school. So the program, he goes in the morning and they take him to his class. And so, I mean, after that, it was like, great. He's really shy. So I didn't know what was going to happen, if he was going to put up a fight or a struggle, but he's doing great. I think.
Yeah. No,
he seems happy.
No, it's good. I mean, like obviously it's always a challenge when they adjust, especially when they're like you said, shy, and it might be a bit more challenging for them. But I think it's also good for them to like get out and have social interaction, and for us moms to have space to work. And I mean, the balance, like you said. And I don't know, I mean, if you have any tips there that you managed to do, because for me it's still like this whole boundaries thing. They just, I don't know, one day it works 100%, they understand the door is closed, we're not coming in, and the next day it's just like, I need water, and they know exactly where to get water. Okay, I mean, the big one, the little one, of course he needs help, but the 7-year-old can go and get himself a glass of water. So
yeah, I know, but I find myself doing it anyway because I'm so used to it. I'm so used to them needing me and just fulfilling their needs, right? And so I remember learning somewhere, or someone telling me this, or reading something, and it finally occurred to me, they're like, you cannot fulfill all of their needs. Like as a baby, you try to, as they get older, like you can't. you can't fulfill all their needs. And I was like, oh my gosh, you're right. I can't. And I'm trying to, and that's what the problem is that I'm trying to do it.
You're trying to do it.
And
And I don't know, I mean, I don't know how your daughter is because she's in the same age as mine, but he realized that mommy wasn't doing everything anymore, and then it's obviously pushing, and he's trying his luck, kind of, you know, he knows exactly how to do the things, but he's still asking.
Of course,
it's like, you know, am I willing to put up the fight, or do I just give in and do it, or like, I'll just ignore you, like, you know, you come back later. It's just constantly, I don't know, like I said, one day it works perfectly, and I'm like, feel like the most amazing mom, how I handled that situation, and the next thing,
yes,
so cool.
Yeah. I'm on a call, get out.
Exactly. Or at least have the decency to say hello, be kind.
Yeah. Put it on mute really quick so I can yell at them.
I forget that, so yeah. But it's interesting.
It is, it's a balance. Yeah, and it's hard because they're learning too, and they're like willpower, and they're you know, they're not that good at it yet. They're still
no
not
exactly.
good at listening that well.
No, exactly. And I mean, you know, my big one is just such a copy of myself, and I can see his stubbornness and his like cheekiness, trying to find his way through the back door kind of thing. That's so me. So now who am I to complain about that? You know, I know exactly where it's coming from.
Yeah. It's gotta like use his skills for good.
Oh well, but anyway, you know, we do what we've got to do. We managed to do our work, and I mean, from what I see, your business is doing quite well. You're growing your membership and everything, so you know, we're doing it somehow, maybe not in the most perfect way, but what's perfect anyway. So, you know, this is totally what I learned, really, like what gets done, and what doesn't get done, oh well, you know, there will be a time and place when it gets process. Done. Yeah, exactly.
Yes, absolutely. It's been like a learning process for me too, because, you know, when I first started, when I started getting busy, I didn't have like a clear cut plan in place of like how to do things, when to do things, a time frame, like nothing was really set in stone. I just started working, you know, just started doing stuff. And then last year was kind of like where I was super busy, had a hard time saying no to anything, and just became really overwhelmed with work and not being able to have me time for my family. And it just got like too much to where I was just stressing out, having panic attacks, and I didn't even know where this was coming from. So I finally at the end of the year, and I was like, okay, something's got to change, or else I'm gonna like, I don't know, something's gonna happen, right? Yeah. And so I started just focusing on different parts, like areas of my life, like my work life, my personal life, my health, my mental well-being, my kids, and then started to try to organize each area. So it wasn't all just like bleeding into each other, because everything was all together, like work and family life and family time. It was all the same thing, you know? So as soon as I started kind of getting that portion down, I kind of got a better grasp on, separating work for the most part when I can from other parts of my life. Yeah. So, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, totally agree. Like pretty much similar to me. Like, last year, everything started to get really busy, and you know, my work hours usually are in the mornings, and then afternoons I'm with the kids, and then I work again evenings for my US clients for the time zone. But then in the end, I would just be constantly on the phone, reading my emails, replying to some messages, and it was just constantly work surrounding, and it really felt like I would never switch off. My kids were asking me, why are you still working? Like, I've got the alarm on my phone saying, you know, relax and enjoy at 2 o'clock to remind me to stop working. And my son would be like, why are you not working? Why are you still working? What are you doing? I'm like, I'll just 5 minutes. And then half an hour later, I'm like, Mom, you know, like it's not 5 minutes. And it was like, I think for me, it's again, like this year definitely has been a lot about putting that boundary back into place of like, okay, this is work time, this is family time, and there's some me time. Because like for you as well, I mean, I know you're a very ambitious woman, so we want to get like stuff done, and we've got big dreams and all these things, but it comes at a cost if we just keep doing everything all the time, isn't it?
I know it does, because I think if you are ambitious, you do want to have your own business. It does take you do have to make some sacrifices. You can't, I don't think that you can just work, 2 hours a day and then everything. I mean, you can, but it's going to be a long time before you see any of those dreams come in, to fruition. So, but you do have to sacrifice a little bit, maybe in the beginning, to get your bearings, and, you make mistakes and you figure it out, like how I did about my timing and things like that. And then, you just find that time after, I think, that initial like startup time that you put into it to get things organized and start focusing on yourself and your business and being able to separate it. I think there is an initial like period where you are kind of working a lot, know.
But I'm glad, like, I mean, I see more and more like that. Obviously, there's the awareness around that, like first of all, you don't have to work yourself in the ground, and you don't have to work every day, all day. And, like, it's okay to take time off and all of that. But it's like, for me, it's the self-awareness that, for example, even when I was working in corporate, I didn't have that. It wasn't really like to read my cues of like, okay, and you're coming to a point where you need some time, where you need to slow down. I would just ignore that and keep going. But now it's more like I'm more in tune with like, okay, I'm getting frustrated, I get irritated, I have zero patience with these guys. Okay, let me see, what's the schedule? Okay, I need to
must be time to eat
something. Exactly. Have I eaten? Yeah, totally. Yeah, exactly, that kind of thing. So
you just become more aware of like of your needs. I was so all this happened right about last year, and I was busy, and I was getting like panic attacks, and I would have panic attacks like this got really bad, like almost all day long. And usually people will have like one panic attack or two. And so I started like seeing a therapist for it. And what she was doing was telling me how to recognize something that I wasn't recognizing before, like what I was thinking, what I was feeling, and what to do, right? Because before I was just doing and feeling and not fixing anything, So I was able to so I'm able now to easily recognize, okay, what's going on? Why do I feel like this? Okay, I'm stressed out because I feel like A, B, C, and D is happening. Okay, what do I need to do? I'll just slow down. I have to stop right now, take a 10-minute break. So it's like, now it's like, it doesn't always work this way, but I can recognize when something is happening. I'm getting like, short with the kids or something. And you can kind of like go through like the tools.
You have the tools. Exactly. You have the tools, what to do. You just need to, get your mind in the right place and do it. But it just becomes easier. Whereas, like you said, when you didn't have these tools or didn't know, everything would just run out of control. And,
Yes. Exactly. Yes.
Yeah.
So.
Well done.
It's like a process. Like we're continuously learning. The new problems are arising, new issues, and then we learn and we move forward. We're like in this constant growth stage, and we will always be. And it's kind of cool. I love.
It keeps life interesting at the end of the day. Exactly.
Totally. Because how bored would we be if everything was always good?
No, exactly. It wouldn't be for me. So it's cool. It's just sometimes when the struggle feels too big, that's when, like, okay, can something easy come my way now? Like, school is opening.
Yes. Right. Yes. Oh my goodness.